All right, man. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. We are back. We got the channel back yesterday. Officially, we got it back. Well, a couple days ago, we got it back. It was suspended, and I'll do a video explaining that. I'll post that video before I post this one. But let's talk about Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney has dropped his price. He wanted $20 million per year. Probably dropped it down to 18, and as the draft get here, it's probably gonna drop down some more. And I think the Lions should pull the trigger on Clowney. After the draft, depending on who they get. So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Clowney might be enticed to sign a short-term deal. So he should sign a short-term deal with whatever team he go to. He ball out, then next year he get the bag that he's looking for. But, I say wait till after the draft, because if you get Chase, if you get Jadeveon Clowney, you could just plug Derrick Brown in there. That's how I'm looking at it. And now you got a line of Derrick Brown, Deshaun Hand, Trey Flowers, and Jadeveon Clowney. But the thing about it is, if you really put a premium in, there's a rumor going around that the Lions won't let Chase Young get past them. The thing is, if you sitting there and you really like Chase Young, and his price is probably going to be cheaper than what Jadeveon get, and you're not mad to get Derrick Brown, so that's probably why you kind of wait. Because if you could put Chase Young on the edge and figure it out down the line with another defensive tackle prospect. But if you rate Derrick Brown and Chase Young the same, then you probably can't pull the trigger on Clowney right now. They might as well. If you can get Clowney at $16 million a year, $15 million a year, if you wait after the draft and nobody want him, if it's after the draft and most people find their pass rusher, Clowney price gonna continue to drop further and further and further. So it's a slippery slope. If you get him now, you're probably gonna overpay for him. But at least you're not bidding against nobody. You wait till after the draft, then you may be bidding with a few people, but you'll be more secure in your drafting. Because if you really like Chase Young and you take Clowney, where does Chase Young fit there as a rotational player? Or you pay Clowney all that money to be a rotational player. You bought Jamie Collins to play that Devin Kennard role. Could you slide him on the inside and let Tavai, play the other side and, let, Jadeveon or Chase Young stand up? You could do that. You really could do that because I don't think nobody really willing to take or able to take the reins in the middle linebacker position. Tavai, you don't know. He can come back being a beast. Davis, I think that train is sunk. Reggie Ragland is a situational backup middle linebacker. So you could put Tavai on the other side and have him take Christian Jones' job, and that's not really a starting job because most teams are in, 3 receiver sets and stuff of that nature, and most time Lions probably gonna match up in nickel anyway, so Coleman come on the field. So they could just pull the trigger on Clowney and still take Young and make it work and move Collins to the inside or do some funky stuff like that. But, I think after the draft, that's when I pull the trigger on it. But if I like Derrick Brown and Chase Young the same, I'll put a trigger on it now. I'll just say get Clowney for the right price. It could be a short-term deal. Remember, the Lions, the way they moving and to win now. This is their version of win now. It's not going out there getting a flashy guy like James Bradbury or getting a flashy free agents. But Clowney would be their best free agent pickup if the deal is right. You instantly upgrade your line. People, they so hell-bent on Jeff Okudah, but you can't have Jeff Okudah with the defensive line the way it is now. You can't take Okudah and have Denny Shelton starting on D-line. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Okudah, you go out there, you put the best front seven you can, the best 4-down lineman or 3-down, whatever they running. You put the best front seven you can out there, and your back end will prosper. But with Clowney, I like him. I like him at this point. His pricing drop. You're not bidding against nobody. You putting him on turf. You pairing him up with Trey Flowers, so he got a running mate. You hope that Deshaun Hand can stay healthy. So you got 3 premier pass rushers. The only issue, even if you do take Derrick Brown, you get Derrick Brown, Clowney, Hand, and Flowers, is depth. You got Shelton to back him up, but then you got to start building depth behind them. People say the Brian Kidd out of Clemson. I don't really know much about him. I don't think he was that good. He got drafted in the 5th, 6th round. I'm not banking on that. That's like banking on Devin Taylor, South Carolina, to come here and do something. He played along with Jadeveon as well. So you got to start building that depth across that line. And you got enough picks to do it. You got to build the offensive line up. They got the great picks to build the lineup, a lot of middle round picks. So you got to start building that depth on the lineup. You gotta find somebody to back up, Hand. You gotta find somebody to back. You got Sheldon if you bring in Brown. You got Brian to back up Flowers, but I like to see somebody a little bit more seasoned. So you pick these dudes to back these. You gotta find some depth. You gotta have a starting four for a starting four amongst that D line. The linebacker core, they got depth there. You got Davis, Tavai, Christian Jones. You got Reggie Ragland. You got Jimmy Collins. You got some depth across that line, but it may be right. Once you make that draft pick in and you decide Chase Young or Derrick Brown or Okudah, whatever it's gonna be, then you might as well get a deal done with Jadeveon Clowney. Plug him in, get him a short-term deal, maybe a 2 or 3 year deal. 2 in a player option, 2 in a team option, whatever they feel comfortable with, and you throw them out there. You in a race for now. You know what I'm saying? You in a race for now for the Lions, and that's their version of going for it now. Is it sexy? Is it beautiful? No, it's just because this organization has already got a bad rap amongst teams for being cheap, being frugal, and being a player graveyard. And on top of that, now you got a head coach who is the Sith Lord, and people don't respect him. People don't like him, and people didn't like him before he even became the Lions coach. You heard Landon Collins, said he didn't want to play for him in the beginning. You hear all these players come out here from Akeem Vallis to the tight end that was a rookie and said he was there when he cussed out Kerryon Johnson for not knowing what year Ford Field was built as a rookie. And you hear the stories with Darius Slay. You hear Richard Sherman said the organization not good. You hear Calvin Johnson got an issue with it. So they couldn't go out there and get the premier guys, but you can get a premier guy right now. It's a few premier guys they can get. Cam Newton, if you like him, Jameis Winston to back up Matthew. I doubt them two happen. You got Jadeveon Clowney. So you got a motivated Clowney too. If you get him on a short-term deal, you probably get the best out of him, and Flowers, they'd be good bookends. So that's really the route they should go and plug in Derrick Brown. And in the second round, they got needs as far as a running back. They got needs as some linemen. People talk about the guy in the Eagles, Big V. They're talking about, he didn't start because Lane Johnson and Jason Peters. Jason Peters was garbage last year. That's why he's still on the block. He old as hell now. So I see a scenario where that dude from the Eagles gonna kick inside. I don't think he's gonna be able to perform in this division where you got to see the Smith brothers. You got to see Daniil Hunter. I don't know if Everson Griffin coming back over there. You got to see Daniil Hunter, Khalil Mack. He gonna end up kicking inside if he don't do well. He probably gonna go to left guard. They probably draft the right guard. They probably gonna draft a developmental tackle to take over for Taylor Decker. So it's gonna be a lot of offensive lineman picks, man, or them developing linemen that's already on the team. But me personally, I go Jadeveon Clowney. As soon as I know what I'm gonna do. If it's gonna be Chase Young at left tackle, at number 3, cool. You know what I'm saying? I probably don't take Jadeveon Clowney. But what I would do is probably Derrick Brown at 3. If not, they want to trade back. They love Okudah. I don't really get the Okudah love, when your defensive line is as pathetic as theirs is. But personally, I take Derrick Brown pairing with Clowney. Then, in the second round, I probably maybe start looking at some tackle prospects, maybe move up if I like a guard or something like that. Maybe if I like Jonathan Taylor, they need a lot of speed offensively, but they need O-line. So I start looking at tackles, guards, interior linemen, somebody to take over for Taylor Decker next year that's athletic, that probably can play the right side, and then next year flip to the left side. So, they need speed offensively. I can't stress that enough. Defensively, they need more athletic linebackers, but they don't like athletic linebackers. They like heavy linebackers that's slow and thudding. So we'll see what happens with the Lions, man. But I do like I do like the Jadeveon Clowney only because of the value there. He not gonna get all that money he wanted. So, if you can talk to him, plug him in there with Derrick Brown, I think you significantly upgraded your D-line. You just got to worry about some depth behind some of those guys. So let me know what you guys think. Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to me there. You know, if you got a question, business inquiry, sponsorship, video request, check out our podcast on Anchor. I'll be doing a Piston episode real soon. I did it, but it didn't upload, whatever reason it may be. So I'm going to redo it. So I'll leave the podcast link in the description. You can go through Anchor. We got Spotify, Google Podcasts. We on a number of different platforms. So I've been doing some little bit of content there since the channel been down. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate for me, share the video. And we go.